extended for 2 years. Congratulations. How do I get that? Signed, Oral Roberts. Well, it's St. Patty's Day, right?
Sure, I don't mind if I do.
Was that supposed to be a leprechaun or what?
That's the guy I bought it from down on Melrose.
What was I talking about? Anything important? Oh, I'm talking about, the new contract with NBC. Good deal. I got a few new perks you don't know about.
Oh, yeah?
Ask my new hot tub attendant, Fawn Hall. Anyway, happy St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
Are we got a little green on today? Yeah. First guy I saw this morning was Ed, and I said, happy St. Patrick's Day. I said, nice green shoes you've got on. And he said, they're not green. A leprechaun barfed on me. Ed and I have known each other, 30?
Yeah.
Some years?
Yeah.
He prepares. Only person I know who prepares for St. Patrick's Day. His liver has been working out on a Nautilus machine for 2 weeks at Holiday Spa. It does not have to be St. Patrick's Day for Ed to have a drink. Ed will drink. He once drank the coleslaw. Are you wearing the green tie?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yep.
That's it. Did this show up as green?
Sure.
A little green in here. I'm also wearing my Irish cologne. Eau de corned beef and cabbage. What is the saying that on St. Patrick's Day, everyone
Everyone is an Irishman.
Everyone is an Irishman. All day today, Sylvester Stallone was walking around going, yo, Bigora. Somehow in Beverly Hills, St. Patrick's Day doesn't make it. They have their own toast in Beverly Hills. Have you heard it? May the mink be always at your back. And may the ground rise up to meet your Porsche. Doesn't make it. What else is happening? This is sensational. Did you read about Barbara Walters in the paper today?
Yeah.
Yeah, Barbara Walters apparently passed some top secret messages to Reagan from an Iranian arms dealer in Iran. She called him, said, Mr. President. Barbara Walters carrying government secrets?
Yeah.
Next thing you know, they'll find microfilm under Willard Scott's toupee. Yeah. What else is going on? We have a new contender, for president. Governor Michael Dukakis, I believe. Really? Announced his candidacy for the president. That could split the sport for Bruce Babbitt, though. Didn't you know Bruce Babbitt is running? Babbitt and Dukakis, weren't they a comedy team on radio in the 40s? Something like that? No, Michael Dukakis is 53 years old. He's attractive, intelligent, experienced. Now, the only thing working against him, why a guy who has all that would want to be president? Is there a joke there anywhere? Did you hear the news? How many of you fellows' hair is receding? Or is getting bald? Did you read that the FDA today approved a drug that apparently will help you alleviate baldness? Oh, what's the name of it? I can't remember the name. Mitoxin or something like that? Minoxidil. Yeah, they say they can sell it, but they have to have a provision not to expect miracles. In fact, the Surgeon General is making put on the bottle, suggests you hold off buying a comb. Okay. Tonight, we have a few Irish toasts to do for you. We have Mr. Tim Conway, one of the funniest people. A gentleman who is one of the big reasons the show is such a hit, Night Court. Mr. Harry Anderson is here tonight. Marvelous jazz singer Diane Shure is with us tonight. Stay where you are. We'll be right back. Hi, thank you. ready. Take him to God. Just for the fun of it, how many people have Irish descendants here in the audience? Probably 80-85%?
Yeah.
I've never been able to trace it. Mine. You are, what, full-blooded?
No. McMahon, of course, is, but my mother was German and English, so I'm half. Yay!
But you're
covered
part.
everything.
Yeah.
My father was very Irish.
All in it. I can't find any
His
Irish
parents
blood.
were from Ireland. They came over in the potato famine, so that's...
Who came on a potato?
No, on the potato famine, when they had the famine,
yes,
they came over here from Ireland.
All right. Do you know what? We have some green beer here. This is for St. Patrick's Day. And we're going to do some old toasts here. We made a list of some of the toasts. Some of them you probably know. Maybe you don't. Do you know what good health is in Ireland? The word? Somebody. Who said that? You're right, sláinte.
Sláinte.
Did you know that?
No.
Why didn't you know that?
Well-
Your mother was Irish?
Sláinte.
Sláinte. All right. Is this drinkable?
Yes, sir.
We'll find out in a minute.
Do you know, for example, you cannot show people drinking beer during a commercial?
No.
Have you ever noticed
All
that?
the years I've worked with that certain beer company, I could never, ever be seen sipping the beer.
We can do it here on the show
Right.
because this is not a commercial, and this is what you call a dramatic license. Or they can do it. But if you watch a sitcom, you watch a Western, they can drink. But once you do a commercial, and the guy pours it out and they do that, they cut, and you see the thing. Isn't that the most ridiculous thing you've ever seen? Anyway, you know this one here? Do you know this? Made the
See, you're
road.
not supposed to... Let me explain something about toasting. See, you do the toast, you clink the glasses to fulfill
And
the,
then you
scent,
don't- then you
the
don't-
sound.
Right.
That's the sound, but
Yeah.
then you have to take a sip
I see.
for taste.
That's good news.
It's going to be a good night.
Is this the oldest one? May the road rise to
Yes.
meet you. May the wind be always at your
Ever at your
back.
back. Mhm.
May the sun shine warm upon your face. May the rains fall soft upon your field. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand.
Yes.
That's very nice.
All right. Well, wait a minute.
What?
Just a drink.
May you be in heaven a half hour before.
The devil knows you're dead.
Right.
I love that one.
Right.
That's one of my favorites.
Health and life to you, the woman of your choice to you, land without rent to you, and death and Aaron.
That's a good one. I don't know that one very well.
May time never turn your head gray.
You got it.
May you seven be. May you seven. Maybe you. May you be 7 times better off a year from now. I don't think we have to do that. Do we have to do this every time?
Sure.
Oh, gee.
That's a good toast for you.
What?
That last one.
What's that? May you be 7 times better off than a year from now.
Yeah, with your new contract and everything.
Oh, sure. Thank you very much. May the rocks in your field turn to gold. Have you ever heard of that one?
Nope.
Well, you just heard it. Those are some of the more familiar slogans. I'm starting to do Foster Brooks here. We found some other toasts. I don't know whether these have been published or not. May you find your car's power window button when you've got to toss your mulligan stew. May the tiny green person in your garden be a leprechaun and not Michael J. Fox with food poisoning. May the girl you dated in January not announce that she's about to become a Mother McCree. Did you notice that?
Good beer.
May the Irish mist rising up from the bogs never get so cold that your shillelagh shrivels.
I'll drink to that.
This is kind of sweet. May God hold you in the palm of his hand, but not do push-ups while you're in there. Whoa. Is this regular stuff?
Tastes very strong.
May you not drink so much green beer that you create your own Lake of Killarney. I guess that's enough. I drink that. Anyway.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Patrick's Day. Perfectly deserved. Very good. What do they do to make this green? Is it
Some
just
food coloring is all. Yeah.
Coloring in the regular beer.
No, nobody makes green beer, do they?
No.
Yeah.
Food coloring.
You ever drink English stout?
Yes.
You know, they don't like ice and cold.
No,
cold beer. in
room
England.
temperature.
Room temperature, and they have stout over there that's about as dark as this, and it will really make your head swivel a couple of times. Tim Conway is here tonight, Harry Anderson, and we'll be back. Okay, we are back. We found out we do have
beer. I never knew that. I should know that myself, but there is one.
Apparently, there is a green beer. This is Green Rooster.
Yeah, do you see the sub-slogan there?
Green Rooster, malt liquor.
No, right here.
I didn't see it.
It says, lean, green, and mean.
So there is a green beer. Anyway, my first guest tonight, you have not met yet, and you're going to meet him in just a second. But as you probably know, the game of basketball is pretty much designated for what you call, very tall players.
Yes.
Most of them 6'8", 6'10", 7 feet. There was one exception. Spud Webb was on the show. I think it's about 5'7". And we have another player here tonight in the NBA that's actually even shorter than Spud Webb.
Boy.
And we've asked him to come to the show tonight to talk to him and see the kind of problems that a short basketball player has to contend with. So here from the Los Angeles Lakers is our outstanding forward, Dunk Dorf. Nice to see you, guys. Good to see you. How you doing?
Good to see you.
Welcome to the show, Dunk.
Thank you very much. It's good to see you there, boy.
I think the question that must be on everybody's mind, and certainly on mine, how did you ever select basketball as a profession?
Well, Johnny, I actually didn't start as a basketball player. Basically, I was a cheerleader for the Lakers.
I didn't know that.
That's right. I'm probably most famous for starting that cheer, swing him to the left, swing him to the right, sit down, stand up, fight, fight, fight. You probably remember that one.
I don't remember seeing that at all.
Don't remember at the game you said, well, it used to go like this. You swing him to the left, swing him to the right, sit up, stand up, fight, fight, fight. Swing him to the left, swing him to the right.
Lakers, right?
Lakers. Yeah, I also started the Lakers spell out the letter thing. That was the old chant, the locomotive used to give it that one. You remember that one? That was give me an L. Give me an A. Give me a K. Give me an E. Give me an R.
Well,
give me an S. Hey, Lakers.
Okay,
that was good stuff.
Okay, I do remember that. Now, Doug, I remember that. Now, Doug, I noticed or read where you scored about 20 points a game.
That's right.
That's amazing. How can you possibly score 20 points a game?
Basically, most of my points are scored from the foul line. John, what I do is I wait until the other team gets the ball.
Right.
Then I just run down to the other end. Then I set up my position like this.
Right.
And then they just run into me, but I go like this. And then I pretty much...
Well, that's intriguing.
Right.
But do you ever actually get to handle the ball during the game?
I do. Once in a while, they'll get it to me. I'm pretty doggone good the ball handler. You know, I'm short, but once they get it to me, I got it. And it's hard.
That's amazing. Amazing.
Thank you very much.
Well, I guess... I would imagine. I guess at your height, you actually see a different game than the other players.
Johnny, at my height, I not only see a different game, I smell a different game.
Well, I don't understand what you mean.
Well, I'm dealing mostly in shoes and socks.
Oh, yeah, I
I
see.
see what I mean. See, so, beginning of the season, it's not too bad. But as that season goes on, we're talking a waffle, you know what I mean? By the time I get to the finals, I could take the enamel right off
your breath.
I like that. Right, sir.
Now, here's something I really don't understand at all. I understand, Dunk, that you can actually dunk a basketball.
That's right, that's
How can
right,
that
huh?
humanly be possible?
Well, I have a little assistance that I have to. If you just hold on to that,
You betcha.
sure. I got this is a little special piece of equipment that they allow me to use in the NBA. You see,
I didn't know
What
that.
I do is carry this little box out with me to the thing, and I just try to get up on the tit like that, kind of balance like that, and then see, I can maneuver it pretty good around the course like that, and I can guard as they come down the old field like that. They let you do it. Now let me do that. Right. Like that. Then once I get down there, I'll set myself up, and if you just pass me that ball, and then I just get her like that.
That's absolutely amazing. Right. Dunk, I thank you for being here, and give me a high five. Can you give me a high five?
I can't give you a high, I can give you a low one.
Dunk Dorf, ladies and gentlemen. One of the finest, unparalleled players in the NBA. And we'll be back. My good friend Tim Conway, who you just met, as his alter ego, has a video cassette. It's going to be available in May. So look at the cover. Can you see this? It's a spoof about golf lesson called Dorf on Golf. Which we welcome Tim Conway.
Well, wise guy, you said do a basketball player, remember? We were at Harvey's birthday party, and you're the one who said that I think this will work, so it's all your fault.
Well, you came on here one night, you did a weightlifter as Mr. Dorf.
Right.
And then you did a jockey.
Right. An elf?
An elf.
This has become my life.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we were at Harvey Korman's birthday party, and I said, I think it might be funny if you come in and play
A basketball
player in the NBA.
Well, see how wrong you were.
Well, I thought it was
What do you know about comedy? No, it was.
that
Yeah,
was
thank you
funny.
very much. See, by golly.
I'll come up with these things.
Yeah, hang around.
How'd you
Will
come up with a character? Now, I never saw you do this character on the Carol Burnett show.
No, that's true. I guess I had a show of my own, and Harvey did it with me one time when it was a takeoff on Fantasy Island, and I was boss the plane. And from that, then this golf thing that we did, I went out and buried myself all over a golf course, which was a lot of fun. Actually, the tractors were running over me and everything. It was a wonderful time.
But you actually had to go out and dig little...
Yeah, dig little holes. Now, the golf course did not know that, you see. We just said we're coming out to shoot a little thing, and then we dug holes in the golf. They're still out there on the green going, boy, I don't know.
It's a funny character.
Thank you.
It's
Thank
funny.
you. Thank you. Well, thank you for allowing me to do it. You're a wonderful person, and don't let anybody tell you different.
As you mentioned, last time we saw each other was at Harvey Korman's birthday party. I guess he'd be 60 years old.
It was
very,
announced publicly,
very traumatic.
so we can, yeah.
Traumatic for him.
Yeah, and
You've known him for a long time, longer than I have.
right. And it was a beautiful party, as you know. All its friends were there, which were 11, wasn't it, that we had actually counted? No, he invited...
A lot of relatives.
I guess a friend a year or something like that. So there were, a lot of relatives, as I recall. 60 people there, and it was a marvelous party. Spent a lot of money on it. I was really surprised to know that Sears made wine, but I feel...
Anytime you get one that has a twist top on it.
Yeah, you know that, and the date on it was Tuesday, which I thought was, at least it was fresh. That's important.
Are you saying here publicly that Harvey is penurious?
Not only that, but he's cheap.
Cheap. Parsimonious, too.
Yeah, we did a commercial in New York, so we went in together, and that was a time that the airfare were at war and everything. So he said, I think we should take, get on a cheaper flight to go in. And I said, let's go on a real American Airlines or something. And he said no, that he felt that we could. So we went Econo line.
Econo line?
We flew from Los Angeles to New York nonstop for $3, which was amazing. They gave you, when you went there, you got a boarding pass and a folding chair, which is, you just, wherever you want to sit on the plane. There was no entertainment on the plane. There was a high school play, though there was very much. And we taxied from Los Angeles to Dallas.
To Dallas. Econo line.
Econo line. I think when you see a pilot in the cockpit going, get out, you've got problems up front, there's no question. And I noticed a lot of things on the plane. When they give you the instructions on the plane that if the oxygen in the cabin happens to decrease, that you breathe normally, put the thing over your face and mouth,
continue breathing
and just continue breathing normally. Now, can you imagine, and you go, well, we're dropping about 10,000 feet a second here.
I better breathe normally.
Yeah, we're going to hit that mountain soon, I would imagine. And, honey, did you lock that door before we left? So we had a delightful flight.
Econo line, huh?
Yeah, very nice line.
Does that about wrap up the material on Econo
No,
line?
I got a little more. But, I didn't get any green beer.
I don't fool around.
Yeah, I know. Boy, this is good stuff.
Tell me what you think of this, really. I don't know. We're not
Which
plugging
one
in
is yours and which one is Ed's?
We're not.
Doesn't make any difference. Ed, you okay? I mean, you're all right, aren't you?
We're not.
You know what I mean?
We're not plugging any brand.
No, I understand.
It's not a beer plug.
This horse is never going to race again. I don't care what you say.
How'd you get it in?
Oh, yeah. Well,
Your blood sugar is way down here. That's right. You got to score when you can.
Oh, is that bad? No, that. Well, first of all, it tastes just like beer, but it tastes pretty good, doesn't it? Yeah, very nice.
I
Yeah.
guess food coloring is more or less tasteless.
I would imagine so. I would certainly hope so.
What else is new in your life? Anything happening?
That's it. Outside
How your folks? No, we talked about your folks. They're not from show business at all.
No. My father was. My dad was Irish, so yes.
Good day
So
for you.
he's up there somewhere. Actually, he's on the second floor of NBC. I mean, he's not, So it's not like he's gone altogether, No, he is, and he's probably up there with an Irish harp or something this very day. So he is from Ireland, so he's a true Irish guy. My mother is from Romania.
No, I didn't.
Every time I say that, now notice the applause that comes. My mother says...
Everybody just kind of
Yeah.
went, well, you know why? They're waiting for a joke.
Oh, really?
You said my brother's from
Romania
Romania.
is a joke, I think, perhaps. No,
they're
my
waiting
mother
for you
says
to say-
always, why don't you mention that you're from Romania? And look, I said Romania, and... Oh!
It's a fine country.
Yes, it is.
Did you ever go back and look into your genealogy? Do you ever have any interest doing that?
No.
Okay.
I have no relatives, which is great, outside
What do you
of...
mean you have no relatives?
Well, I have no relatives. I have a mother, and that's it. I mean, I had a mother and father, but I mean, and now all I have is a mother.
Well, how about aunts?
No, I have no aunts. No aunts, uncles?
Good.
Well, I have an aunt, over in Romania, which I've never seen.
Well, why don't you go see her?
I suppose I should, yeah.
Aunt who? Do you know her name?
I don't know. What time is it? I could get over there. Yeah, but that's the only relative.
Aunt who,
I have.
you know?
I don't even know. Aunt Sturgatsky, be careful, Ponto or something. I have no idea. Never
Well,
met
that's
her.
kind of sad. I'm sorry.
Isn't
to
it,
hear
though?
that.
Yeah.
No relatives.
Well,
Cousins?
no,
Oh,
I
wouldn't have cousins.
am an only child, and this is the truth. When I call my mother, I say, hello, Mom, and she says, who is this? Now, wouldn't you think,
She could narrow it down.
being an
pretty
only,
quick.
only child, that she could narrow it down to me? Yeah.
Did you miss brothers and sisters growing up? I don't want to get too heavy here, but
I don't
We
think
got the
so,
funny
because
stuff out
I
of the
never
way, so we
had
can
them.
really-
Yeah. I rented a couple, but basically they were very nice. So on the Sakana line, we
they always say it's lonely to be an only child. But you probably didn't notice the difference, right?
No, it was lonely being an only child. I can say that honestly. Yeah. Well, my parents would move, without telling me, of course. And then, so you come home and go, I wonder where they are today. They gave me everything, though, which was, now that I look back, nothing. At the time, it seemed like a lot to them.
Yeah.
But they...
we got to get you some relatives. That's it.
we should rent a relative or something. I wonder if there's a
They're
place...
Kelly girls. There's rent a car, rent a relative.
Why don't we just get a Kelly girl for me instead of a relative? That would be good, yeah. I never thought I don't have anybody to write to, and on St. Cousin's Day, I don't have anything, or St. Aunt's Day, or St. Brother's Day, or anything. I am very lonely, Ed.
Did you ever occur to me today? I don't think there is a saint named Al. I don't know why that occurred to me. Just there's a Saint Christopher, Saint Joseph.
Do you know that there is a Saint Copacabana? That's the truth. And I forgot what he is the saint of. But there was a Saint Copacabana, because we were playing the other night a game, and there was a Saint Copacabana. Maybe he's the Saint of Maracas or
Did
something.
you know?
But no, there is a Saint Copacabana. Well, you know all about that stuff. You've been religion. Did you go? Do you still go to confession and things like that? Are you still?
There's not a priest alive that has that kind of time.
I know. It's just gonna say.
You're talking about, you're talking about major telethon. You know, priest brings his lunch into the confession. That's right. It's going to be a long day here. We'll take a break. We're coming right back. Harry Anderson. And they have relatives. Harry Anderson here tonight. As you know, he is one of the stars of NBC's Night Court, which is moving to a new day and time. And it's going to be seen tomorrow night and thereafter every Wednesday at 9 o'clock. And Harry is also one of the best, he started actually as a street performer, one of the best comedy magicians around. And he's going to be at the Arlington Theater in Santa Barbara the 28th of March. Would you welcome Harry Anderson?
I got one.
You got one, huh? Little green beer?
Here's to you, here's toward you. Hadn't have met you, wouldn't have ignored you.
How you doing?
That was good.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
We'll talk about this stuff in a minute. People are wondering what this. We know what it is, but anyway, are you any Irish, Anderson?
No, I'm Swedish. Yeah, we raped Scotland. I think we couldn't find Ireland.
Yeah. You speak any Swedish?
No, I don't.
Humorty dog.
Huh?
Humorty dog. I think that means how are you?
I knew that träken. I know that. My head has 3 corners. I don't know why I know that.
Is that easy to work into a conversation?
Well, I just did.
Yeah, you did, of course. How you been? Now, what are we going to talk about here? I know what this stuff is. I mentioned you were a street performer.
Yeah.
Most people probably knew that who saw you in the early days of television because you did a lot of stand-up and the flim-flam stuff on stage. I saw you a lot at the Comedy Improv doing some wonderful stuff with the nail through the
old needle through the arm.
Needle through the arm, and people
at the dinner show.
People would scream, actually scream.
Geek magic. That's
What?
Well, last time I was
Geek
on,
magic.
last time I was on, we talked about how much fun it was as kids ordering from magic catalogs, and you mentioned Abbott's Magic Company of Colon, Michigan.
That's right.
Really a place. It's a bigger place than I thought. So I brought you Abbott's catalog number 6 from Abbott's Magic Novelty Company. This is for bedside reading. But before I give it to you, I was reading it and I found this has all the great magic in the world. I mean, all of it.
For those of you who have never done magic, this was like a Bible for kids growing up. If we didn't have that, it was the National Magic Company or Abbott Magic or Chicago Magic.
Right. And, but Abbott's at the time when I was a kid was the big one. And I mean, this one is from 1940. You can buy Cutting a Lady in Half for $85.
Lady not included.
But you can also but you can also buy Pickled. Just right for all occasions. Close-up, platform, or stage. Magician uses borrowed handkerchiefs from the spectators. He displays a banana and covers it with one handkerchief. The magician then displays a large cucumber pickle. He covers this with a second handkerchief. Nothing could be fairer. And to the audience, there is no doubt in their minds as to which hand covers the pickle and which covers the banana. And yet, at the magician's command, the pickle changes to the banana, and the banana changes to the pickle. It mystifies, it entertains, and it comes complete with pickle and banana, and special patter, price, we pay the postage, $1.
$1. Believe that?
Just for you.
Well, thanks, that's good, you know?
And then I got something else, because we talked about how...
Did you remember? I remember so much sending away for stuff like this. I would go out and earn $1 a quarter or an allowance, take it, sit down, and write a letter, trying to pretend I was older.
Oh, yeah.
You know, but like I was a magician. And my sister, Catherine, would type the letter. I'd say, dear son, I was like 13. Please send me, I don't think I fooled them, because I would send them $1.25, saying, please send me 1 silk, you know, so forth. Yours truly, the great Carson. And my sister,
wait for that to come?
and go out to the mailbox and set up a tent and wait for the mailman to come. There's something like getting something mail order was fantastic.
Okay, well, this was the other thing.
What is this?
We talked about how you would send away for something and it would say no rehearsal necessary, works
Self-contained.
itself, and you'd get something that you couldn't do if you were 105. Well, when I was a kid, I saw these again, so I picked them up. When I was a kid, in the spook magic section, they had terrorize with terror eyes. This is Halloween magic. You were going to scare your friends, and for $1, you want to try these on? That's what you
These
got.
are probably coming around again, aren't they, for $1? And you'd put these on.
That's pretty spooky, huh?
That's what you would get.
Actually,
I can't see what
You
it
look
looks
good.
like.
You look
Thank
good.
you.
Yeah,
That's
so
for
there
$1,
you go.
huh?
Those are memories for you.
Is that what you started as? I mean, doing the magic, and then it went into the comedy.
Well, it started magic, and then I got out on the street and realized that I could make more money hustling with the shell game.
Right.
And so I hustled till I got my jaw broken, and then I sat around with my mouth wired shut for 6 weeks and figured out maybe linking rings were safer.
Right.
And went back to the magic, and on the street, comedy was a great tool.
You did the 3-shell game, 3-card Monte, and all those kind of...
The shell game.
Yeah.
I didn't learn the Monte really till later, but
Right.
I didn't. I was a pretty good shell worker in my day.
And you actually did that on the streets.
Sure did. Spent 3 days in the drunk tank in New Orleans once during Mardi Gras for doing it.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, you brought
Yeah, great
what
day.
we call the jumbo cards also.
Jumbo cards.
Yeah.
Oh, I brought a trick. Yeah, you want to
Yeah.
see a trick?
Sure.
Okay. Well, these are... Sure, you don't play solitaire in a phone booth with these, but...
I remember the first deck. I thought that was dynamite.
Yeah, well, this is a trick I learned as a kid. The cards weren't this big, but I want you to remember it as I remember it.
Okay.
So I brought- This is a memory trick. This is
Memory
where I memorize a deck of cards, even though I shuffled them just before I came out because I knew we might not have time for me to shuffle them out here. So I will memorize these cards, the order of the cards. Just speak amongst yourselves for a moment here. I got them. All right,
Okay.
now. You will name any card, and I will remember where that card was, and I will find it, because I memorized them even though I shuffled them backstage.
In other words, whatever I say, you will know where it is without even looking at it.
Yeah, but if you say everything I say, then it takes twice as long to finish the trick.
Certainly.